Half-grown drones. Today we got a package in the mail from DJI. It is the brand new Spark. We're excited to open it up and see what you get in the box. We ordered the Fly More package and we got the red one. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. My buddy Chris is going to join us and talk about the Spark that we designed. You might have seen that thing on YouTube.
So it's taken all of our power not to open this box today. We've been waiting to do this live stream. These guys started shipping a couple weeks ago maybe. It did ship straight from Shenzhen, China, not from anywhere in the United States. We were pretty excited. It didn't come in a box like this.
Yeah, lots of packages we get, they end up looking like that. Very similar to our man Ace Ventura and the package he delivers. So I'm going to go ahead and start opening in there. Chris, why don't you talk a little bit about your design there?
Yeah, so let's talk about the size of the Spark. Obviously, everybody knows now it's the smallest drone from DJI. Back here, we've got the lineup there from the Spark, Mavic. We've got a Phantom drone and the Inspire 2. So what is this? You're wondering, we're opening this package. Why are you already holding one? Well, this is the 3D CAD model I designed. Based on the leaked images we saw. We didn't want to republish those leaked images particularly. Did something a little bit different, and the images that we made in the videos ended up getting published all over the place. So today is the moment of truth. We get to see, was I right? What are we seeing in the box here so far?
It looks like a manual. I got a case in here. It's kind of like a nice soft foam. There it is.
Wow.
That's the Spark.
I think I might have overestimated here.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Oh! I was off by like ½ an inch. Man, this thing is even smaller than we thought. Here, let me get a little closer for you. Here is the actual Spark. And there's my design, which I'm not going to have to go scale down. Side by side, you can see Spark smaller than anticipated. I was really careful. They had some rulers in those videos, or those leaked images, so kind of disappointed in my abilities there, but I think, you know, who knows, they might have even faked the scale on those, but more likely it's my bad. So here's the Spark, so pretty exciting, even smaller than we anticipated. Let's compare this to another drone. Here we got, this is the Hubsan X4 Desire. I do not recommend you get this drone.
It's
this
terrible.
thing bricked for us multiple times. It's on its second motor. Its first flight on its second motor. Let's see which, oh, there you go. Froze the motor, GPS is garbage. Don't go buy this drone.
There's really only one way to get that drone in the air.
Yeah, so we can make this drone fly. There it goes. The Spark, on the other hand, a lot more dense than that guy. You're going to get more flight time with the heavier battery. And but yeah, really impressed with the size. So what else did we find that we got?
Looks like we got some propeller guards. That'll be handy if you're trying to catch this thing, because it does fly with gesture control, so you don't even need a remote control. Like I said earlier, we got the remote control with the Fly More package. That cost us an extra $200, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you're going to want that extra remote control. We got a nice little bag here, carrying case with the Fly More package, so that's kind of nice to go along with the foam hard shell case to keep it nice and safe. Looks like we got 2 batteries. One of them appears to be in the drone already. The other one fits in the case right here. Another set of propellers, an extra set of propellers in case something happens. And that's...
I can't believe how small these, let's bring up another image there, how small these images really are, or these props, I mean these things are tiny. You can see how close they come to running into each other. That's pretty wild. DJI's done that before, so it's not all that surprising. A little bit more gap there sideways, but that's just pretty crazy here. The gimbal does move nice and freely here when it's not powered on. Take off the sensor there, so you can't see anything in inside there. So if you want to know what's inside there, you got to look at leaked images or take one apart yourself. Some other size comparisons. Here's a full size. Oops. Lost my image. iPad, you can see, smaller than an iPad. What else we got? So here's our Phantom 3 Pro remote. So just to give you some idea, I mean, this is like the DJI go-to remote size for several generations of drone. And
so it's a little bit smaller here for sure.
So smaller and lighter than a Phantom 3 remote.
That's the Spark remote there. You're gonna stick your phone in the bottom here. Pretty, it gets pretty big there, so you can fit a big old iPhone in there, no problem. Well, they're about, I think it's supposed to be about the size of a can of soda. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah. So both the remote and the drone about the size of a soda, at least the body of the drone. So we had some comparisons of what we thought it was going to be. Again,
pretty close, not bad, yeah.
I over-predicted a little. Talking about the charger, I was taking a look at this. So you can charge one battery at a time here, and there's a couple USB chargers as well. The remote, I believe, will go off the USB chargers. Is that right, Jack?
I would think so. I believe you can charge the battery in the drone itself, so you don't have to remove it to do that, which is pretty awesome. That's a nice little feature to this drone here.
Now they do have the bottom-facing camera, the two IR sensors on the bottom, and these 4 contact points that we saw in the leaked images and in subsequent images. Now we don't seem to be using those at this time. We had anticipated maybe the charging, that the box could be used as a charging charger or a backup battery to charge it. That didn't happen, at least not yet. I think we're definitely going to see remote charging stations where you can just plop the drone down. That's for sure coming. Removing the battery seems to be a breeze, not a unique breeze.
That thing's dead.
Yeah, so we don't see a lot of breezes being sold after they announced this. One thing we saw in the DJI videos that surprised me is they were taking this thing, they were taking off, just sitting in some gravel. We got this nice box that it came with. I don't know why you wouldn't use that as your launch pad. Keep your drone a little bit cleaner. I mean, the camera is right on the ground here. So we recommend using that as your launch pad.
Absolutely.
See what other images we brought up here. Here's our original comparison to the Phantom and the Mavic. We
got a Phantom here you can kind of see. This is actually the Phantom 3 Pro. A lot of people are wondering, hey, now DJI has 2 drones under $500. Which should I get? The Phantom 3 Standard. This is actually the Pro version, or the Spark. And really, they're very different drones. If you want the Spark, you want something that's quick to set up. Chris here is going to put the props on the Phantom 3 here. And about the time it takes him just to put the props on, I could probably get this thing in the air using gesture control, which is pretty awesome. But the Phantom 3, the Standard, has a better camera, a better gimbal than the Spark does, but it is obviously a lot larger. We're going to take these things out and see. I'm guessing that the Phantom does better in the wind, but who knows? Maybe this thing is a little more aerodynamic and probably can hold its own. So we'll check that out. Like I said before, we got the Fly More package. So this thing is $499 without a remote, without a second battery, which means you buy it by itself. You're limited to 100 meters and on your smartphone and 16 minutes of flight time. Any Phantom will do much better than that in terms of range. 1,000 meters on the Standard, a lot more on the Pro.
So Jack, you didn't see, I popped up our buddy Ty here.
Enthusiastic Ty.
He's very enthusiastic. He's got a very tight shirt on.
Yeah. He does know a lot about this drone and how to get it going. So
at least he's pretty convincing. So you can go check out his videos or a bunch of other videos people have put up. We watched his videos. We got to sit through his intro multiple times.
Very enthusiastic.
Extremely enthusiastic.
But he does know what he's talking about, and you know, he'll get you walk through setting up firmware, which is something you're going to have to do right out of the box. How to get the Wi-Fi right. The Wi-Fi password is written on the box. It's also on the bottom of the drone. If you take the battery out, you can see that.
Well, I think that's about it. We can't wait to fly this thing. We're going to do some cool stuff with it. Some people are already putting up comparisons how it does in the wind. We're going to fly it next to a Mavic. We're going to fly it next to a Phantom. We really are interested in just how stable this 2-axis gimbal is. Every other DJI drone's had a 3-axis gimbal, so we're interested to see what happens there. We want to check the thrust on this drone. So a video we're going to have coming out real soon that nobody else really does is the thrust to weight ratio, which tells you a lot about how quick the drone is and how well it handles the wind.
You want to show them your apparatus that you engineered?
Yeah,
so this is quite the beast here.
So this is our seesaw drone thrust. We put a scale under here, put the drone up there, and drone pulls up, pushes down on the scale. We're going to see what kind of thrust the Spark produces.
Yeah.
That's about it for today.
Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our first live video. So if it was terrible, that was our first one. We'll get better. Now, this isn't the only small drone you can buy. Obviously, there are smaller ones like this Yixing E012. Not our favorite of the Yixings. That's actually the 011. The most popular is probably the 010. But that drone, I mean, you're going to pick that thing up for about $20, sometimes even less. Certainly not going to do what this thing can do. It can do a whole lot more than this funny little toy. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and Half Chrome Drones. Check us out on the web at halfchrome.com. Thank you.